All right, welcome back here, everyone. Last week, the FDA approved the first RSV vaccine for individuals 60 years of age and older. Due to the new vaccine, we decided to ask viewers to send in their vaccine questions if they have any. Plenty of you did. Dr. Abby, Chief Impact Officer for Sharp Rees-Steely, joining us now to talk about the RSV vaccine and to answer some of your questions. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks
Nice
for
to see
having
you
me.
again.
It's good to see you.
Tell us a little bit about this new RSV vaccine. What's important for our viewers to know about it?
So this is actually a breakthrough in medicine. It is the first RSV vaccine that has ever been authorized by the FDA. And it's such a good thing because RSV has been a menace for so long.
Right.
It was part of those viruses causing that triple-demic that we saw in the fall and winter with COVID and flu. And it causes severe lung infections in some people. The people that are most vulnerable are people 65 and older and very young children. So this vaccine has been approved for people 60 and older. And it's really effective. So it can prevent severe illness at a rate of 94%, which is a really high percentage. And we need it because we know that RSV is going to surge again in the fall. And so we hope that it's going to be available by then. Yeah,
so it's good to get your questions answered right now. In fact, we do have a couple of viewer questions we want to share with you. One of the viewers wants to know if you have the shingles vaccine from 10 years ago, do you need to get another one?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Because there's a newer one that has been approved. So at that time, the vaccine that was available was one called Zostavax. And we now have Shingrix, which was approved in 2017. And it is way more effective. It is 97% effective, and the Zostavax was only 51% effective. Zostavax also only lasted for 5 years, so you can't get that one anymore. And now, yes, you do need another one. So I would update with that Shingrix vaccine because shingles is terrible.
Right.
It's a reactivation of the herpes zoster, which can cause, which causes chickenpox. And when you're older adults are more susceptible to getting shingles, so it's very important that you get it updated.
I think part two to his question was there's two different kinds. Which one is the best? Any answer for that?
Yeah, so Shingrix would be the best
is the one.
Yes.
Okay.
So
how long does the pneumonia vaccine last, and which vaccine is the best and longest lasting is another question that one of our great viewers had.
So this one can be quite confusing. So you definitely want to talk to your doctor about this because it can be very, very confusing. However, there is a new pneumonia vaccine which is called PCV20 that was recently approved, and it's a one-shot vaccine. And so that means that if you are 65 and older, you should be getting this one. And if you're in that 19 to 64 age range and you have chronic conditions, then you should get it. But there's other options. There is the pneumonia 15, which you can get as well if that's the one that's available. And a year later, then you do have to update with a pneumonia 23. But there are a lot of different scenarios, and so talk to your doctor.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good discussion to have with the doctor.
Yes, yes, but pneumonia is causes the most vaccine preventable illness, so you definitely want to make sure that you get updated with your vaccines.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit about chickenpox. A lot of confusion over this. So the adults who never get chickenpox, according to this viewer, this is their question. Should they get the chickenpox vaccine if they never initially got chickenpox?
That is a very good question. And yes, you absolutely should, because what we find and what the CDC has said is that most people actually just don't remember that they got chickenpox.
Or their parents never had that discussion with them when they got older.
Exactly. Over 90% of people have been exposed to or have gotten chickenpox and will get shingles later in life. So yes, you should absolutely get it. It's a two-step vaccine and it's very, very protective. 97% protective.
Wow.
And so it's important. It also protects against what we call post-herpetic neuralgia. So when you get shingles, you can get a rash that can be very painful and leave pain after that even for years. So yes, you should go ahead and get it.
We're talking about the RSV. People at home, if they're not feeling comfortable, they're wheezing a little bit, or they're having any sort of symptoms, what kind of symptoms should they be concerned about? When is a good time to seek medical help?
That's such a great question. So that's actually very, very important in very young children. So infants can get very sick from RSV.
Okay.
So if you start to see that they are turning a different color, if they have dry membranes, you look inside their mouth, they're dry, they're not urinating, if they seem like they are very, very short of breath, then you definitely want to take them in. Those are all signs that they could be very, very sick. But most people will get just mild illness from RSV. It causes cold-like symptoms. But if people are older, if they are immunocompromised, if they have chronic conditions, then they can get really sick. So anything like alterations in the mental status, if they have a fever that's persistent, again, if they're short of breath, if they're having chest pain, if they're wheezing, including in kids, that's definitely a time to call 911 and seek help.
Okay, good to know. Bottom line, get with your doctor. If you have some questions or concerns with the viruses and everything going on, there's a lot to keep track of. Make sure you talk with your doctor for sure. Where's a good place people can go for more resources and information?
So the CDC's website would be the best place that you can go. You can also go to the NIH's website, and all of that is very important. Of course, at Sharp, you can go to our website as well. And yeah, it's very important to get vaccinated.
Stay safe. Thank you, doctor, for coming in. Sure appreciate it. Stay with us. We're taking a quick break.